everyone, it's Chris, the Batman statue collector, and today I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing my very first Iron Studio statue. This is the Bane vs. Batman battle diorama, and that's up next. Alright guys, welcome back, and like I said, today I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing the Batman vs. Bane battle diorama by Iron Studios. Again, this is my very first ever Iron Studios piece. I did, if you watched my video the other day from when I toured Elite Comics in Kansas City, this was on display, and I've been thinking about this one for a while. It is 1/6 scale, and I'm really excited. It's not a scale I necessarily collect very often, but I thought it was very dynamic, and I wanted to check it out and have this in my bat cave. So I want to show you the box first. On the front, of course, you can see the bat emblem. Looks very cool, very simplistic. But then whenever you get onto the side, you're going to notice an actual photograph of the statue itself, which is very cool. And then on the back, I actually really like this one. This one, of course, has that awesome illustration here. It looks really cool. It does say that it is the battle diorama. It is part of that series of dioramas that they were doing. So again, just a really cool statue. And then on the front, or excuse me, on the side, you're going to see that again. You're going to see that picture of the statue. And on the top, it says Batman vs. Bane. And this one happens to be number 97 out of 400. And so that's the box. I hope you enjoyed it. But now I want to go ahead and get into the styrofoam. Let's do that next. Alright, one thing I did want to share with you guys before we actually open up the styrofoam is it does come with the Iron Studios packet here, and this is going to have a couple of different things inside. So let me pull it out here if I can. First thing is going to be an actual art print, and then there should also be instructions in here as well. So this is what the art print looks like. Really cool. Again, it's that same illustration that is on the side of the box. So it's really cool they include this art print. Very nicely done. So if you want to display it behind the statue or whatever. And then it also does have a step-by-step black and white guide into how to set the statue up. So I'm sure I'm going to be utilizing this as we get this set up. But now let's go ahead and get inside the styrofoam. Alright, so here we have the styrofoam, and again, this was from a comic book store. So I actually watched the guy's packet. They didn't pack it with all of the material. They put that in a separate bag. I wanted to make sure I kept that in case I ever sold this. So as we open this up, you're going to notice that it doesn't have the packing material, but it normally would have that. So anyway, looks like here we have the bats. Very cool. Here we have the arms and the batarang rope. We also have the cape itself. And then the Batman figure himself right there. So that gives you an idea of what we have in the box. Then we also have a second layer. Let me go ahead and get that open now. Alright, so layer number 2 is off. Definitely, even though this is a little bit older statue, it still has that new statue paint smell. I love that. Of course, we have the base right here, and then we have a few more bats in there. And then, of course, the actual Bane figure himself. Very impressive. Very cool. Okay, so this is what you get in the box there. And I'm ready to set this guy up. Let's go do that next. Alright guys, so we have it out of the styrofoam here. Let's go ahead and get it set up here. First, as always, we're going to do the base. The base, very nice weight to it. It's nice size. Again, this is 1/6 scale, so you know, you think 1/6 isn't that big. This base is very good size and a very good weight to it. I'm really impressed with that. So next we'll do Bane, and let's get him out of the package here. Wow, he is cool. Lots of cool details throughout this piece. Nice weathering. I haven't spent too much time really looking at this piece, you know, all the details. Until I now have it in hand, and I have to say it's very impressive on the part of Iron Studios. Very cool. You can kind of see against me the size of Bane here. Okay, he's definitely not as big as the Sideshow Bane, but I'll try to compare him to the other one here in just a bit. But let's go ahead and get him in. He's got a key right here. Let's see how easy it is to fit him down in it. Okay, got him in there. It did take a little bit of finagling, but I did get him in, so no problem there. And we also have a fist here. Get that out here. Try. Okay. So that fist is going to go right there. Nice strong magnet there. No issues. And then we also have a number of bats. I'm going to take them out of here. Not exactly sure where they all go. They do appear, the bats are plastic, but very well painted. So I'm going to go ahead and put these down here and I'll figure out where the bats go. Let's go ahead and get into the upper tray and we'll put that on. Alright, so here is the upper tray. We need to put Batman in. Now Batman, here's the size of him just to give you kind of an idea. Batman here, he basically pegs into Bane's leg. So we have to do this very specifically. Let's see how easy he actually goes in. Alright, so Batman kind of goes in a little bit at an angle, but he's in there. He's not going to go anywhere. Really cool the way they did it. Kind of turn him around a little bit here. Very cool. Awesome. Okay, so the next thing, and I'm going to consult my manual, and I'd like to give a shout out to Thor and Rodney. I know how much you guys like the manuals, and basically it's going to tell me what to do here with the arms and the grapple here. So basically what it tells you to do is to wrap this around his head. So we're going to go ahead and make sure we have an even space here. Like that. This arm is going to go, turn it around here, up at the top. This wraps around, make sure it's tight. I want it to be taut. This wraps around his wrist, right there. You see exactly kind of where on his fist. And then this comes up taut up here. Okay, so that goes in like that. I'm going to hold it here and stretch it around his wrist. Around his wrist like so. Okay. Make sure it's around his neck and not his face there. And I think that's pretty much it. You want it to be tight. If you do it like the instruction says, it's going to be taut. So I think you're going to be okay there, no problem. And I think we're going to put the cape on next. I want to double check. Make sure I have the right things here. Again, we do have a couple of different places to put the bats. There are 3 different bat sets. The one from the first, and then we've got 2 more on this side. So I got to figure out where they go. I think they all kind of go on the back side. Let's see. And last but not least, got to figure out where the trio goes. Oh, the trio actually goes into his leg, like that. I'm going to turn it around here so you can see the back side of the bats here, kind of how they're going in. They're fluttering up from the base. All right, so last we have the cape, and the cape is plastic. It is dusty, I apologize. It's been on display in their store. But it is plastic. It looks very well painted. It doesn't look like plastic. It's painted on the tips, which is really cool, weathered. I'm really impressed. Like I said, I do need to dust it off. And I'll do that before the review, of course. But let's just see. Okay, it literally just snaps down into place. And there we have it. Let me go ahead and spin it around for you guys again, so you can kind of see exactly what you're going to get. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. This is a big piece. It just really says a lot. It makes a statement. And so what I'm seeing already, I'm loving. But I want to go ahead and get you guys close-ups. I want to do a full review, so that's up next. All right, guys, so now it's time for the full review on this piece, and as always, I like to start at the base, and we'll go ahead and do that. Now, of course, this base is meant to be the bat cave here. Really nice texture here. I really like what they've done with the base. It's very well done. I really like that they have like this extra space down here below this little arc with the stalactites and mites. I just think it's really well done. I love that they did some different shading on this, some different color. You can see that it's not just all gray. It's got some tan and some whites painted in there. It doesn't necessarily do it perfect justice on camera. It looks way better in person. But nice, lots of nice texturing here along the base. And then of course it actually gets into kind of a flat panel surface here, kind of like a girder that might be in the bat cave. I'll kind of spin it around here so you can see the back side. Of course, you're going to see those bats as well. As I mentioned, the bats are plastic, but it definitely looks like they are flying up out of the background here. I really like the way that Iron Studios did that. I also think by doing them plastic, they're not going to weigh the statue down in any way, which is, helpful, of course. It's not going to sag over time. Go ahead and spin this one more time around so you guys again can see that difference in color. You can really see it there. I really like what they did with that. Really nice. Okay, let's start then looking at Bane. Now, Bane, of course, has some really nice boots here. Again, nice weathering on the bottom. You're really going to see all the detail there. Again, this piece is fully sculpted. So he is a little different than the sideshow piece because his pants were fabric, but kind of a similar look, kind of similar boots. Again, fully sculpted here. Kind of show you the outside edge again. Again, there might be some layers of dust a little bit since this has been on display, but I'm not seeing any issues with that at all. And then, of course, the back side here. He's definitely been working out on his glutes. Massive piece. Let's look at the arm. Let's go ahead and go up here and check out some of the details in paint. All of the veins are highlighted in kind of a bluish gray. Looks really good. There's nice speckling throughout the skin, which gives it a really nice texture here. Very nicely done. Definitely stands out. And then, of course, the fist. It's been wrapped around. Now, see, it makes it look, this is the cool thing. So this is wrapped here with this. This is the stretchy element. But then it actually looks like there's more strands wrapped around. It does the same effect on the neck. So it makes it look like it's been, 2 or 3 times wrapped around his wrist, when in reality, it's just been wrapped once. So really cool. Iron Studios did that. Belt looks really nice here. And then as we go up the figure itself, you're going to notice again, this is fully sculpted. Just look at the chest. I mean, just ripped beyond, just insanely ripped. I mean, just beyond compare. Of course, he is injected with that venom. And then, of course, I'm going to spin it around here so you can see the face a little bit better here. Really cool. And again, it's kind of, see how it has those double strands? So it makes it look like it's wrapped around his neck a couple times, maybe 3 times. But in reality, it's just once. So here's the back side. Kind of similar to that sideshow piece where it has that, embedded into his back. And then the tubing actually comes around into his arm. So anyway, this is the back side of the piece there. Kind of zoom back here a little bit so you can get kind of an idea of the whole statue from behind. Again, the nice thing about this statue is there's multiple angles you can display the statue. So I appreciate that. And here's the front. Let's go ahead and look at Batman himself. Now again, it is implanted right here into his leg with a key. It holds all the weight. Really nicely done. And then as we go up the statue itself, you're going to notice nice texturing. You're going to notice fabric elements, even though there's not any real fabric there, but they've done a nice job with some of that pleating there. Looks really good. The way the fabric kind of bunches on the thigh. This, of course, is that classic blue Batman. I don't have any of these in my collection, so this is a first for my collection. I typically really like the dark gray or black Batman. So this definitely adds a little bit of pop of color, for sure. And let me go ahead and spin him around again so you can see the front of his face. Really good sculpt. Really good. Of course, he's holding that batarang there. Looks really good. Let me get it in focus for you guys there. Hopefully it's going to focus. There we go. Kind of show you this angle here so you can see what that looks like. Really like that. Very cool. And then, of course, as I mentioned, the cape itself is, in fact, plastic. And again, sorry about the dust here. I definitely have to do some more dusting on this piece. But I want you to see the paint at the tips. You can definitely see that weathering effect. It looks a little bit yellowish on camera. It's more of a kind of a grayish color in person. Again, I do apologize for the dust layers here. Kind of show you up at the top what it looks like on his traps. A little bit of a seam there, of course, but you know, most people aren't going to see it necessarily from this angle. Now, I do believe, in my opinion, that this piece is meant to go, you know, up a little higher. I am considering putting him up there on top of that display. I think it could look kind of cool up there. Again, I feel like it just is meant to be up higher. I think maybe on top of a Detolf. I may try that since I do have some of my smaller pieces there, but I'm just really impressed with this piece. It is incredibly dynamic. I was lucky I got this at retail. I paid $650 for it. I know some people are asking up to $2,000 on eBay, which is crazy to me. And so that's why when I saw this price, I said, okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and bite on it. I don't know if it'll stay in my collection forever, because again, I tend to really enjoy the 1/3 scale pieces, but I did at least want to have this in my collection once, because again, I just thought it was very well done, very dynamic. And again, I don't have that blue Batman anywhere in my collection. So I thought, well, I'll give it a shot and see how I like it. And what I'm looking at right now, I'm really liking, I'm really enjoying it. I think they did a phenomenal job. This will not be my last Iron Studios piece. I feel like I'm surprised I waited this long to get one. I'm really impressed with their smaller scale stuff as well as their large scale stuff. This is somewhere right in the middle. If you really want a high impact piece without taking up the space of maybe a Prime 1 piece, or you know, just the space of a premium format. Sometimes those take up a lot of space as well. This is, I really feel like, a good option for you if you are a Bane fan or a Batman fan. I just think it's really well done. Before we wrap it up, I do want to set it side by side with the Sideshow Bane just so you guys can see a size difference. All right, guys, so here is a size comparison with the Sideshow Bane. I mean, clearly it's not as big as this one, but it definitely gives you a good impact here. You know, if you don't have the Sideshow Bane, I feel like this is a good stand-in for him. I probably prefer the Sideshow Bane between these two if I had to choose, but I'm really glad I have both. This is actually now my third Bane in my collection. I can't believe I have that. But I mean, look at that. It's good size. It really has a nice footprint. It's going to make a great impression in your collection. I just really like it. I think it's really well done. I do want to go ahead and do one more size comparison with a tweeter head, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, so these are different scales, but I thought that they looked pretty good together. Just kind of wanted to show you with the tweeter head, just so you get kind of an idea if they could be paired well with it. And I think the answer is yes. I think they look really good together. So depending on what you collect, what scale, I think you'd be real fine with these two. All right, guys, so there you have it. This is, of course, the Batman vs. Bane Battle Diorama from Iron Studio, a very dynamic, awesome piece. And if you have a chance to pick this up at a good price, I would definitely recommend it. I know it's harder to find these days, and I know this is a little bit older piece for me to be reviewing, but I'm really glad I came across it. And I know as soon as I said that I purchased this, I know a lot of people in my Facebook group, they said, you know, man, I really wish I had bought this one. I really wish that this is one that I might consider getting. And so I would definitely recommend it. I feel like it's definitely one worth getting if you have the opportunity. Again, especially if it's at a good price. To me, it's definitely worth it because it's just a cool statue. You get a lot of bang for your buck. it's just very dynamic. You know, they just don't make a ton of these. I know, you know, Wolverine versus Hulk's very popular. I feel like this is right up there with that piece. Just really well done on Iron Studio. And again, this won't be my last Iron Studio piece, just because I'm really impressed with how this turned out. I really like it. Let me know what you think about this piece. Do you own this one? Is this one that you wish that you had picked up when it was a little easier to find? Let me know your thoughts at in the comments below. I'd love to read them. And as always, guys, thank you just so very much for watching. I really appreciate it as always. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. That does help the channel out tremendously. And again, I just can't thank you enough for all your support. As always, guys, thank you so very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you in the Batcave. So I wanted to try it up there and see what I thought. It's definitely a possibility. I'm not sure if I love it up there or not. Again, let me know your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear your comments. Should I put it up there, or should I put it on top of my DTOF? Let me know. Again, thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.